at the level that we have seen at the other venues thus far on our travels around Europe. Fitzgerald comes for this one. He's had his problems against France, taking clean ball, and that won't do the nerves any good, Donal, and Ireland give away a penalty as well. So then, Rory Jackson lines it up. Will it get there? It's got a chance, but just short, and it will have done the confidence the world of it. In Ireland secure possession, that's the first part of the job done, and then they go to the rolling ball with Jamie Heaslip at the back of it, and Heaslip having a little look to see what might be on. O'Gara gets himself involved as well, and Scotland, well, it's a bit scrappy, really, no real control for Ireland, and Heaslip just holds the ball at the back, and Wallace picks and goes and drives the legs and gets Ireland to walk within about 3 metres. This is good stuff. Cian Healy will be next to go. Cian Healy, very close, but held up, still there for Ireland. The ball clearly seen by Redden, and he screams out the instruction of what he wants to do next, and it's Best to Heaslip, and it's a walk-in for Jamie Heaslip, and Scotland just had no defensive answer. ABC, easy as you like. Heaslip in for Ireland.
Well, it's the start that Ireland would have dreamed for, and as I said earlier, Scotland have conceded tries in both games against France and Wales early on. The platform coming from a very good line-out maul. Great awareness from Rory Best to offload to Heaslip, and he almost walked in unopposed. I mean, defensively, Scotland very poor. And Rory Jackson sucked in.
And Ronan O'Gara then with the first kick of the afternoon. He's 13 points shy of the 1,000 total in international rugby. This would make it 11. It does. Up go the flags. There for Blair. Slow ball. Rory Jackson. Richie Gray offered himself, but instead it goes to Evans. Max Evans, and Evans off to Nicky Walker. Walker almost up towards the Irish 22. There was a boot in there, but the referee happy to let play continue, and Kelly Brown looks to take advantage, and now Blair and all sorts of movement, and it's Rory Jackson who takes it up, and Scotland have held onto the ball and find their way into the Irish 22. Walker, and advantage to Scotland, and the referee, one green. I feel they need this from the build-up play to give them the confidence to go on its way from Chris Patterson. Barkley, and it's there, and it's a penalty again against Ireland. And Scotland get on with it quickly, and it is Lamont on this occasion who takes it up to the 10-metre line for Scotland. Blair saw a little gap open up and uses the dancing feet to get away from Paul O'Connell, and the offload is there as well, and Scotland beginning to grow in confidence. Barkley held up an advantage against Ireland, and it's another penalty. Such is the standard of test match goal kicking, really, in the big nations, the top 8-10 teams, that you are literally handing points to the opposition, whether it be Chris Patterson, Johnny Wilkinson, Toby Flood, Ronan O'Gara. Cheap points. Patterson should deliver another three, has delivered another three. Gerald calls this. Heaslip sort of makes a shield in front of him, and Fitzgerald appears like a rabbit out of the hat from behind him. Didn't quite get away, and Cian Healy is allowed to continue, and it's a little bit more like broken play, and Jamie Heaslip sets it up for Ireland once more. Not quite sure how Cian Healy was able to appear at that occasion with the ball, but he did, and the penalty now, well, same. Thank you, Connor. Approaching the 20-minute mark. O'Gara to extend Ireland's lead. Not to be. Westford tries to take it quickly in Scotland. Well, that was a strange decision, and they've got themselves all in a muddle behind their own line, and that is what you call hitting the self-destruct button. Secure ball required first. They have the location. Can they deliver the execution? Scrum creaks a little bit on the first effort, and then lays down a marker on the second, and it's advantage to Ireland, and Heaslip picks, and Heaslip goes, and he's held up, and away comes Redden. Owen Redden.
But Ireland sensing an advantage in the scrum. Jamie Heaslip does extremely well, stay on his feet, but the door opened completely for Owen Redden. Again, Scottish defence 5 metres out was appalling. Heaslip is superb in this type of scenario, runs at Jackson incredibly the way nobody was there to take Redden out, and that is a soft try, but one that Ireland will be thrilled with.
Well, I think those in Murrayfield wearing the navy blue are a little shell-shocked. They dragged themselves back into the game, but they've coughed up, in truth, 2 defensively very soft tries. O'Gara makes it 14 for Ireland. Jackson once more. Ross Ford. Again, Scotland going through the phases. The last time they did that, Ireland coughed up a penalty.
You will attack and release before you regather.
And Ireland have coughed up a penalty again. On its way from Patterson. And over it goes.
Fine.
Down from Donegal O'Callaghan to Redden and O'Gara. That looked forward, I have to say, from where we're sitting, but the referee and touch judge happy to let it continue. Here's Cian Healy, who gets a little bit of help from his friends and brings play up to the halfway line, and there's a second penalty of the afternoon for Ireland as Scotland infringe on the halfway line.
Put yourself there, take the consequences.
And it's Morello.
Tough ones to call.
On its way from O'Gara, struck it well, but not well enough. Kellogg takes mid-division for Scotland. All the time, remember, Scotland playing with 14 against Ireland's 15. Jacobson, the man in the sin bin. Jackson, again, the Gary Owen used. Up goes Luke Fitzgerald. And away come Ireland, and here's Sean O'Brien, and Sean O'Brien has got terrific pace. Sean O'Brien into the 22. Oni Barrows bashing the Scots out of the way as he goes. It requires quick ball. It is quick ball, and the referee says that's okay. He said it's okay. Ireland can't believe it. I have to say, I can't either, but Scotland come away with the ball.
Well, it looks
all that good work from Sean O'Brien comes to nothing as Rory Jackson kicks the ball downfield. Here's Keith Earls. Earls with Luke Fitzgerald offering himself. Earls holds on, and the tackle comes in from cross. Redden, who was the man who was caught in possession on that occasion, finds Ronan O'Gara, and O'Gara finds yet another gap in the Scottish defensive effort. Luke Fitzgerald. Ball almost intercepted by Scotland, but Ireland hold on. Here's Paul O'Connell. O'Connell trying to offload, but no one quite near enough to him. Here's Ronan O'Gara. Sean O'Brien once more, the man who started all of this off, and on he goes, and O'Brien, pace, power, just can't make it. Jamie Heaslip in to make sure the ball comes back on the Irish side. Donegal O'Callaghan, Tommy Bowe, Richie Gray makes the tackle. Ireland 4 metres short. The required patience and precision from here, it's what Ireland will be looking for. David Wallace sucks in a couple more defenders. Redden has a little look, but the referee says Ireland off their feet, and the penalty for the second time with Ireland oh so close goes Scotland's way, and the opportunity lost.
Well, you're absolutely right. I mean, it was Ronan O'Gara in the first half, 3 or 4 metres out. Sean O'Brien has been a one-man wrecking machine. And we just see the ball in contact here.
Score then, lads.
Not quite sure what that's about.
Well, 2 penalties, and one we saw again, and you wonder why. And the first one, which we didn't see, was for me a definite penalty in the opposite direction, and possibly a yellow card, but maybe we'll get the benefit of seeing that again in a couple of minutes. The ball again fired into the sky by Jackson, and it's there for Ireland once more. And Paul O'Connell's got an appetite for it now. Redden, good offloading. Ireland almost up to the Scottish 22 again. Here's Ronan O'Gara. Earls, Sean O'Brien. O'Brien for the 3rd time breaks through the Scottish defence, and again Ireland go in, and again the ball is slow. And it's hardly Ireland that are slowing it up. Here's Mike Ross. No change out of Scotland's defence on that occasion. Redden for Luke Fitzgerald. Darcy, execution back into Earls, not as good as it could have been. Fitzgerald, though, picks it up. The ball went backwards, and it's still there for Ireland. Brian O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll on a looping run. Outside him is David Wallace. Wallace, with no one outside him, forced to come back inside. Jackson makes the tackle. Cian Healy. Healy, little show. Healy, little go. And on he goes. And the ball presented for Redden. And they've got men out wide if they can secure the ball. Scotland literally have no defence for one man against Ireland's 5. Now they scramble across. Darcy runs into 2 or 3 defenders. Still the opportunity. O'Gara, Ronan O'Gara. O'Gara in under the post. And Ireland have their 3rd try. And it had to come. It simply had to come.
Well, Ireland, I think they recognised they just had to score in that moment. They had so many line breaks, so many opportunities in behind that Scottish defensive line. Scotland past masters at slowing down ball in the ruck, but they just had to. They just couldn't keep up this area. O'Gara at the end will be absolutely thrilled with the fact that he was the one that opened it up. Space was there, stayed on his feet, and Ireland, as you said, Ryle, they just simply had to score that try.
And he made the conversion attempt as easy as he possibly could for himself. Showed good strength there. Ross Ford, a man who he handed off, and O'Gara in under the post to score his 16th international try. This is 13th test against the Scots. He'd scored 114 points against Scotland coming into the game. Keith Earls up chasing. Oh, that's a mistake. But the referee happy to let it go. And here is Max Evans. Evans back inside to Lamont, who just couldn't find anyone on his shoulder. And Ireland have conceded the penalty again. Advantage there for Scotland, who kick cross field. And over there, the 2 number 6s. As we approach the hour mark. Patterson. As you'd expect, up go the flags. Sean Cronin. Richie Gray's done that on one too many occasions from an Irish perspective. Good work from the Scottish second row. Barkley in midfield is hit by Sean O'Brien. Dennis Leamy there also. Darcy. And it's there for Ireland. Park's first attempt is good. Eventually put to ground by Dennis Leamy. And Scotland just growing and growing in confidence. The ball all of a sudden is sticking. And there's ground being made. Max Evans. Evans gap opens. Evans with Patterson on his shoulder. Luke Fitzgerald makes the tackle, and it needed to come, but Scotland aren't finished yet. Lamont out wide. Sexton went low. Help arrives. And the ball there for Scotland, about 8 metres short. Evans, as Donald said, the one that was most likely to find a way through that Irish defence, and he almost made it all the way to the try line. The pass flung out to Richie Vernon from Dan Parks, but Ireland, as the ball was travelling in the air, got there in numbers, and again the penalty comes, and it's a shot at nothing in terms of a drop goal for Parks, and he's got it. And with 10 minutes on the clock, this game is not over, and not over by a long shot.
Well, it's incredible. Dennis Leamy, the one who came in on the side. Dan Parks knew the advantage was there. He's dropped the goal, but Ireland dicing with death at the moment. I think had Dan Parks not got the drop goal, you wonder would the referee had come back and looked to give it card to Leamy.
Back blue.
Cian Healy.
Off his feet, let it come blue.
That should be it now. It must go to the touchline. Johnny Sexton, and Ireland breathe a huge sigh of relief.